Greetings and salutations, universe. This is Creeta, and this is Feed the Beast Interactions. Woohoo! Get a little cheer on. Heck yeah. So, in the last episode, we got some crystallized oil, right? We got the oil from outside in the ocean. We don't have a good system of bringing it over, but considering that the tanks are so darn big, it'll work for right now. I'm not entirely too sure that I want to use this for a power source. I'm just kind of doing it to do it. So now we have the oil, and we're going to have to figure out how to turn that into something else. Right? There's a program circuit with crystallized oil. You either get light fuel or heavy fuel in a distillery with 0 and 1. So let's get one of those. Any circuits will do. Yoink. Yoink, there, one's a 0, one's a not. Let's put one in this one, whatever that one is, and let's put this one in there. I think the system should just work. So let's start pumping out on orange the fluid. It'll go into these guys. Always active. Extract on orange. Insert on orange. Where are you going? Oh, well, I'm not making it out of there right now. I only have the stuff in here, so it should be flowing into these guys now. Ah, perfect. Crystallized oil, distillery. Why don't you have power? You have power. Right? This is all about, problem solving. Crystallized oil, distillery, 0, crystallized, light fuel, 0, and 1. 0. Well, you're working. So this one is making the stuff, and it's making some heavy fuel, and we just need to figure out how to get the light fuel, right? This one's working perfectly. This one's not. So it turned out all I had to do was right-click, open it, and put it back in. So if that ever gives you some trouble, just take it out, open it, mess around with the buttons, put it back to 0, and now we're getting some light fuel. Nice. And let's have this with light blue, because it's light fuel. We're going to always active, pulling out right there, and we can see the arrow is having it be put in here. Sweet. Now with the mixer, theoretically, we should be able to figure out how to get diesel. This guy right here, we're going to need 5 buckets of light fuel and 1 bucket of heavy fuel. So it's just a waiting game right at this moment. And while we were waiting, this has already made some diesel. Woohoo! So I think that'll be another quest complete, and I'll decide at a later junction if we want to use this diesel for its intended purposes. Not too sure. It's a good source of power, but I'm not sold on it quite yet. So where did that get made, right? Not just one more step. Yeah, we did that. Now we have, it gives us an advanced diesel generator. Well, I mean, if you have it, you might as well use it, right? Do we have any more oil left, just so I can complete that quest line? I think so. Let's go take a look at our area over here. Doing it the fun way, of course. We fly. And drop. Oh, there's something special about that. Though I think we are slightly out down here, so it's a bit tricky. So it turns out that arcane stone is not what I found in the basement of that dungeon. What I found was ancient stone. Still useful, not useful enough. So some nacre blocks, which is a quest, so that's nice. And then, we're gonna need more of that. Darn. You know what's delicious? Bread. Bread is delicious. You know what else is delicious? Actually having the correct amount of nacre blocks. And I'm probably not saying that the right way. Whatever. Moving on. Can I just use any type of thing? Or does it have to be... Let's test it. Yeah, we don't need as many sticks as we used to. I don't remember. I think that was for brass, so we definitely don't need that anymore. I have zinc up the wazoo. Circle of that, put that in there. Arcane stone, thank you very much. Or another quest. I like completing quests. And now, just some rubber sheets, which I really hope we have. And it should be all good. Alright. Arcane thingamabobber, let's... Yeah, we can use that. Request. Whew! Oh, we can do it. And range add-on. I could go and make another one, but right now I just really want to complete more quests. Oh, and it's raining. That's not very fun. Alright, don't fall in the water. Falling in the water is not nice. Because while I can jump out of the water, it's not the easiest thing in the world. Alright, slap on the range upgrade. And now, let's take a look at what its working area is. Perfect. Now, we should be getting a whole ton of extra stuff, approximately 9 times as much as before. And we can just slap the cell on that, and there we go. Oil, put it back in. And we have completely done, at least it thinks that we've completely automated diesel production. And that is going to give us a delighted meal. Ooh, thank you. And more oil. Ooh, thank you. Very nice. Yes, yes. That makes me happy, and one might say delighted. Ooh, I haven't eaten it recently, so nom 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 nom. And because I keep dying, we're nowhere near a lot of useful nutrition. There is a trick to that, and I might utilize that soon. But for right now, I'm happy. And we don't need that. What else don't we need? That. We could put that in there. And to the next thing. Alright, so the quest for the ethanol shall continue. I have more stuff to accept. Ooh, more nacre. Oh, I only had to make one. Ugh. Well, we're getting closer to other fun stuff. But first, I want to start working towards ethanol. And for that, we're really going to need a few things. The path I've picked is we take some biomass and we distill it into ethanol. Apparently we can make other things with it. Ooh, that's an MV2. Anyway, we need some honey. And for that, we need mass amounts of snack honey. So, well, you know, why not? Just centrifuge some honey like so, and it should be no problem. I'm a bit surprised that wasn't there a I guess there wasn't a steam centrifuge, so we're gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. I really want to find some spot to just sort of like yoink this in a nice way. So maybe we can just put this somewhere and figure out the rest. Where can we just sort of place a random centrifuge? Why not? Right there. Cool. And the nice part is that I could probably even put a pipe right here. Just make sure the output is down there. I could put a chassis right here and supply honey to it. And then get all the honey I ever need and just trash the other types of honey. So I think how it works is we put in honeycomb and it gives us pressed wax, which it's not super useful. We can get ashes. Ooh, actually pressed wax block could be cool. In any case, we have to keep pressing on. So now that we have that set up, all we need to do is to get liquid honey from an extractor. Shouldn't be too tricky. Let's see if our system can handle an extractor all on its own. Just a basic one. We don't need a super fancy, right? We're gonna need a whole bunch of pumps, you know, lots of really complicated stuff, but I think it should be as simple as just request. Let's try that again. Request. Aha. So all the stuff should show up. All it's doing is crafting a piston right now, which I don't think we have produced in larger quantities. So it's just making some steel rods and whatnot. I don't have the gears quite automated yet. I need to make quite a few extruders, but boom, crafting is getting a whole lot easier, albeit a little bit slowly. So now we can just take some honey and find a way to get it into the extractor, and then we'll have honey, and then we have to have some brewing machines. Okay, let's see, can we handle that as well? Come on. Brewing machine, basic brewery. I don't know if we have any of these quite yet. We're still doing that one. I feel like we're going to need more of those, but I think for, all right, biomass is ultra low voltage, so it'll just go on overpower with plant balls, and the ethanol is an MV distillery. Let's see if we can get one of those up and running too. First, click brewery, thank you, quest complete. I like getting quests complete. That makes me happy. Distillery, we need an advanced one. Thank you. Ooh, I don't know about a pump. Yeah, pump. And we're running a little bit lower on the good electronic circuits. Where else do we have those? Yeah, we're down to our last one. But for the meantime, we can at least make biomass, right? All we have to do is find a nice little spot to cram this in. All right, things are getting really messy in here, but that's no big deal, right? I actually want that here. So now that we have that, it should be able to extract from the honey, basic extractor. Why you no work? Fluid extractor. You're not that type of extractor. I see. Well, you know, things happen. Not the biggest deal. Always be careful what type of extractor you pull out. Some of the clever people in the comments might have seen that. Good job. Extractor. Fluid. That's not the right one. That one is the right one. And this one, well, I don't know if I have enough of that stuff. Yeah, we don't have enough of the circuits there, but we can just replace it in the recipe, I imagine. We're running low on that one. I'm going to have to do another circuit round. There we go. And that'll use up the last integrated circuit, which will come from way up there somewhere. Let's see, is that everything? No, we're still waiting on the piston, right? System's not super fast yet. We will improve the speed over time. Probably have to redo the entire system, to be perfectly honest. Basic fluid extractor. Let's hop up there, bounce, and place that down. Make sure that's not connecting. We don't want water in there. That would be not very nice. And now this should have honey. And let's just have it prep it. So if I right click here, right, that's where it's going to export. But if I click here, that's where it exports. And now there's some honey. I don't know if we need honey for any particular like quest line, but let's just extract it in case we do. No? Okay. So already have that, and let's just do fluid output to here. Perfect. We'll put in the honey that we have here. What did we need for here? We needed to put in plant balls, which we'll be able to automate later. We picked up the extractor that I dropped earlier. So let's get a nice hefty supply of plant balls. That'll get us started. There might be a better way to make ethanol later, but for right now, this is just bootstrapping our system. And I put it in a spot where it looks as chaotic as possible, but it's still connected to the line if I want to supply this honey automatically from down here. Note that this guy makes honey, the apiary makes honey quite regularly. We already, in the time that we talked, it made 62, and it's already making more. Toss in honey there, and we get more different types of honey. It's very odd and confusing sometimes. So here we go. Now we have biomass. And is biomass part of a quest? Hard to say. But now all we need to do is distill it with an MV distillery into ethanol. Nifty. Just as a reminder with circuits, I have a very totally elegant system where I put in copper wire and we get out electronic circuits. And then once I have these circuits, I take 3 of them, put them back in, and remember the important critical component, which is electrum wire. We grab a little bit of electrum wire, put that in along with the circuits that we just got, and that gives us our advanced circuits. Not quite at the point where I want to automate this right now because it's getting really chaotic in here, and that chaos is actually starting to play against me, as many of you would probably predict. So yeah, it's not that bad to make circuits, and I just kind of wait a little while. In fact, because I have a battery in here, time in a bottle is your friend. La da da da. Task complete, my first apparently electric pump for the MV side of things. So I think we still wanted that distillery, right? Better be the right thing. Distillery, the advanced version, please. Place that in there, and we should now have all the things we need to make this. And it's just waiting on the blaze rod, which is understandably, it's kind of far away. We're going to just place this pretty close. Let's place it here. It's going to receive power from that cable right there, but if we just put on a little manasteel back here, it'll have proper MV power. I don't think it'll be too confused by having multiple sources of it. And this biomass, we will just yoink it out the old-fashioned way, reservoir, because we're mostly just trying to get a little bit of ethanol to get us started. I think we're going to be able to get a better way to make it later, but this is proof of concept, right? And like everything, it needs a program circuit because sadness, and we just need a circuit, made a reasonable number of them for the time being. We'll make more in between episodes. I think it was on number 1. Double check that. It's on 2, that's why we double check. And place that in there, and why aren't you working? Right? That's with biomass. You are with 0. Haha! Oh, these circuits, they're so much fun. Don't you guys love these program circuits to distinguish between things? It's just so much fun. But it does give us a reasonable amount of ethanol. There we go. And I'm surprised that doesn't have a quest attached to it. Right? Let's take a look at LV chemistry. What is going on here? Resin, nitrogen, steam cracked. Yeah, this is such an annoying thing, whatever. Okay. If we get steam cracked naphtha, which is fantastic, it'll give us another creative modifier, which might be pretty nice and useful. Where, oh where, is the process to make this stuff? Oh, it really wants us to do that annoying thing. Oh well, we'll just sacrifice 2 cells to get that. So let's grab a cell here and a cell there. That gets us the completed, oh, okay, fine. And this one wants to see it proper. Put the heavy back, and the light fuel we'll probably just have to get rid of because there's so much of it that I can't place it back in there. Maybe I can just gently, nope, all right. And the diesel, get you out, and quest complete diesel. We already had that completed, but it didn't realize that we'd already done that. I had one here. Oh well. That will be useful at some juncture. Now that we have ethanol, what does it take to get it into something else, right? We don't have the simple power catalysts quite yet. Let's take a look at chemical reactor. I think that's what we want to do. Ethanol and sulfuric acid makes ethylene. Oh, we are close. We just need an MV chemical reactor. That one looks a lot easier. We might actually be able to achieve that. Yeah, let's see. Chemical reactor, advanced, right click, plus. That's chemical bath. See? It tricks you. It tries to get you. Make sure it's this one, please. Thank you. Request. Not enough copper. Well, that's 2x. So let's just place that down. I do need to make a recipe for that because it uses a few things which are quite critical. Oh, it wants the copper in the chest, or in the system. This guy is not in the system. There we go. Wonder what it needs that for. Maybe the electric motor? Is that what it needs it for? Ah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, we definitely need to get a recipe for that to make it happy. What is it waiting for? Nothing. It's not waiting for anything. Advanced chemical reactor. Woohoo! Another quest. We are just on a roll with this. MV, environmentally friendly. Cool. No rewards. Well, that's nice of you. I just had that. All right, I'm gonna complete these because we just did this all together. We just got all these. Distillery. We have that. We made all these things. Poly. Hooch. Okay. Oh, it gives us more. I like that. That's nice and friendly. A little bit of biomass. Probably gonna have to sacrifice yet another one of these little cells. Place that. I will clean that up later. Where was the biomass coming from? A whole lot of different places, but I think it's in this guy. Perfect. We can even place that into our distillery for more ethanol. And we're getting close, everyone. We are getting very close. This is spicy. How are we doing for ethanol? Okay. We already have a little bit of it. I'm going to take that out with the reservoir so that I can pick this up again and complete the quest. I know I said I'd do it off camera, but I think it's more fun if we do it together. Where did it go? Where's my buddy? It's that little circle. RegTech things are sometimes invisible. Keep that in mind. That'll save your life someday. There it is. Distillery. And that gives us a big boy of... Heck yeah. Biomass. Thank you. And 0. That'll make a lot more ethanol, so I don't have to worry about that for the time being. Let us figure out how to get the sulfuric acid up here, but just slap it down, right? It might be a little bit tricky on power, because I think to use the ethanol in the chemical reactor, it's going to need a whole ton of MV power. I'm only having this one steam turbine here, so we might need to place down another turbine. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. There we go. All right, we are in the final stretches. We have ethanol. Let's just auto, boom. Now it's in our chemical reactor, and we have plenty of sulfuric acid from our system way back in the good old days where we made it. I think this is the complicated way. There's a much simpler way to make sulfuric acid, maybe even with oxygen. Acid, sulfuric acid, electrolyzer. No, it's with a chemical reactor. Boom. Sulfur and water. So I'll probably improve that system and it'll be a lot better. But considering that we have sulfuric acid, we should be able to just take it from our reservoir and put it in there. And we have progress. We have progress. Yes, yes. I think we should be able to take a medium battery, toss that in there. Not right there. Right there. Thank you. And because it has a battery, we can time in a bottle this. Woo-wee. So what's it looking for now? Are we at the point where it thinks that I can make plastic? High-powered hooch. Ethanol cell. But we have ethanol. It's in... It's such a bad practice, it says. We wouldn't possibly do that, they say. Cool. Ethanol. Boom. Desert flour can be obtained by plant balls on sand. I don't know why it's trying to give us that. Possibly duplicating Honey from rustic apiaries is plentiful, and botania flowers can be automated via jaded. Yeah, okay. I mean, that's nice, but ultimately, honey is the way I'm doing it. Ethylene should be what we're getting from here. Boom. Ethylene. Whew! Ethylene, thank you so much. Plastic. Yeah, I think we're about to get here. Polyethylene. Is there a nice way to make you? Chemical reactor. I think it's even a low voltage version. Thank you. I think we might even have some chemical reactors somewhere. Just some basic ones. No? Well, I'm going to recruit one from here because we know that we're about to make a better way of getting this stuff. And let's put away some useless stuff into our inventory. There we go. And where'd it go? Did it fall down there? Of course it did. Always in the least awesome place possible. And up here, we should be able to just place this. I kind of want to have the frame for the blast furnace a little bit more contained. So I'm going to place it up here. Probably get a blue steel. I could come up here, but I want to have a pipe going across. So I'm going to bring it up and sideways, maybe even just into the side here. That's not very pretty, but it'll have to do. In this chemical reactor, we're going to take our ethylene and just place it in here for right now, like a so. And I believe it needed, oh, was it just water? Ethylene. Press an A on that. Come on. Ethylene. There we Fe. Ethylene. Polyethylene. Chemical with air. Is there any other option? There are other options. See, this is going to be the easy version once we get an egg. So I think for right now, we can just use, we have oxygen with a 0. Okay. We're so close to having polyethylene. I can sniff it right now. I can smell it. Boom. You make sure you believe you're on a 0. And we have oxygen up the wazoo right in here. Oxygen. It's like our excess fluid. Let's jump up here again. Bounce. With our multi-jump boots, place in the reservoir along with a 0 program chip. Let's get a little bit more of the fantastic ethylene. Thank you. And we'll put you in here so that you have plenty to make all the polyethylene we could possibly need, like that. And as always, grabbing a battery is your best bet. Batteries allow you to speed up the process if you're waiting and just don't have the patience. Speed that up, and sell polyethylene. Hello. I need to make a sheet with it. Are you serious? Woo! We have polyethylene. That's really what matters. But yeah, this thing wants me to make a sheet of the darn stuff. And we found a fluid solidifier. We made one, but you know, it's okay. Let's put in that, and we now have a polyethylene sheet. Is that not what we need? What's the thing we need? Polyethylene sheet. What else are you dependent on? An air collector? Really? This thing is testing my patience. And now I'm feeling a little bit better. I think all we need is for this to give me the stuff I need, right? Basic air collector is just around the corner, and then we'll be able to say that we're finally into polyethylene. And polyethylene, I think, is going to unlock all sorts of fantastic stuff for us. And another chicken will be right around the corner. But first, we just need to wait for this little guy right here to make his stuff. Come on, little guy, you can do it. Let's see if we can provide you a little bit of a boost. so I don't have to wait as long, right? Oh, well, yeah, still have to wait. Definitely going to need to make a surplus of pumps soon, but it just barely got started, so I understand that it's a little temperamental. There we go. I think it's on wait for empty inventory, so I can't leave a battery in there. A little bit sad, but true. And now here is our air collector, and it's going to have us complete polyethylene at the exact same time. No rewards for this one, but hallelujah, we have that. I wish I could eat the jambalaya right now because it looks so delicious. So let's just, you know, polyethylene and other stuff. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this very troublesome journey. Whoo, Greg Tech. Whoo. But now I'm happy because it's over. Woohoo! We got polyethylene. Whew. Woohoo! Thank you guys. Have a fantastic day. For those of you who watch this, thank you for your patience. It means a lot. I know I seem to get frustrated sometimes, but it's not true. Okay? So ignore it. It's just Greg Tech, and everyone gets grumpy at Greg Tech. Isn't that right? Ugh. All right. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now.